Hello family, I hope anyone who likes my videos to support me by subscribing to my channel. Please give me the energy to make more effort into videos. Thank you for your support family, and let's start our movie recap. The opening scene of the movie features some classmates who are playing a game. Whichever side of the bottle will stop was how the game was played. One of them and the person to his opposite will both be imprisoned in the room for 7 minutes. Charlie and Stuart are among them. We can do anything there. Out of these, Charlie was really innocent, so Stuart was explaining to him what he could do by going inside. After some time, Stuart and Jennifer enter the cabin together, but Jennifer won't let her touch herself. When the bottle is turned, it points in the direction of Anisha, and when Charlie follows her there, he discovers that Anisha really likes him. She also tries to kiss Charlie, but Charlie did not have to do all of this, so she exits the cabin. As a result, Anisha becomes extremely irate and curses Charlie in frustration that each girl he falls in love with will marry someone else. Following her departure from the scene with some of Charlie's hair, we see a scene set many years in the future when Charlie and Stuart are now adults. Stuart is the plastic surgery surgeon and Charlie is now a dentist, and they both have clinics. They both attend a friend's wedding in the same building. When the bride thanks Charlie in front of everyone and says that she is getting married today as a result of him, Charlie is taken aback, since he did nothing at all. As soon as they hear Charlie's name, two girls seated at the same table begin conversing with one another. Later, Charlie runs into a girl named Cam, and the two become friends, speak a lot. Charlie also gives the camera his dentist's card throughout this. The following day, when Charlie visits the dental clinic, he is surprised to see that there are many attractive girls there, as opposed to before, when only elderly patients visited to have their teeth treated. Additionally, when speaking with Charlie Stuart, he meets Carol, who is married, and she tells him that she is his lucky charm and that her marriage was only fixed after meeting her. Charlie finds this to be strange, but he ignores it and goes to his house in Hoboken. The next scene depicts Cam and his brother John working in the aquarium until Cam accidentally falls into the water. A penguin's tooth was broken while being fed. When Charlie meets a girl, she sits on him, and when asked about it, the girl replied, "I have come to know that the girl with whom you slept should get married soon." Now that we have heard this, we can understand why the bride and Carol called Charlie the lucky charm at the wedding, as all of the girls who had come to meet Charlie in the clinic of them had also come there in the same affidavit. On the other side, we see Charlie, who is out with a girl who was in the car, but that girl tries. Charlie tells the girl that he doesn't believe in all of these things after hearing her speak. At the same time, Cam calls Charlie and informs him about the state of her teeth. When Charlie learns of Cam's condition, he calls Cam and asks her to come to his clinic. After that, we see the clinic scene, when Charlie examines the Cam's teeth and declares that there is nothing to worry about and that his teeth have not been significantly damaged. The Cam accidentally injures Charlie, for which the Cam later expresses regret. Charlie refused to accept the money while Cam was paying for Charlie's treatment. And when Cam departs from there, we also learn that Charlie is now warming up to Cam. And when Cam returns, Cam says that her car won't start as Charlie prepares to close the clinic. She then asks Charlie for assistance. Following, Charlie was repairing Cam's car. Charlie then receives a tremendous current from the car's battery as a result of Cam's fault, but he is unharmed. After the car is fixed but accidentally locks and Cam leaves the car key inside, Charlie is taken to Cam's house. In order to obtain a second car key upon returning home, she is reminded of the camera. She had also kept the house key inside the car, but now she had no choice except to break the window glass and retrieve it. He then returns to the clinic and drives away with Cam. As Charlie continues, he notices that his receptionist Ribat is waiting for him when he arrives at his home. In fact, Ribat learned about Charlie's lucky charm and wants to sleep with him because no boy is engaged to her and she needs to get married soon. When Charlie hears about Ribat's problem, he also agrees to be intimate with her. Charlie then tells Stuart about all of this, and Stuart advises that he should take advantage of this gift. Stuart claims that it is a very noble endeavor to match girls with their life partners, and Charlie finds this idea of Stuart's to be quite nice. However, Charlie still finds it hard to believe it, therefore he refuses to do so. Then, starting the next day, he sleeps with several clinic-going girls. All of them were now really happy, but Charlie wasn't feeling well. It was only after seeing the penguin on television that he began to think about Cam that he decided to visit the aquarium of Cam. He asks Cam to go on a date with him, to which Cam initially declines but then agrees. We then see the two of them going on a date, during which they are shown getting close to one another while conversing and having a great time just before being intimate at Cam's house. Stuart calls Charlie and informs him that the lucky charm theory is accurate since all of the women Charlie has been with up to this point are married. Charlie believes this as well, so he immediately leaves and heads over to Stuart. If he does the same with Cam today, will he also get married to another boy? They were both still unsure whether Charlie's lucky charm is real or not. He decides to give it one more go. Charlie then has a sexual encounter with a very obese woman and decides to hang around to see whether she marries. Whether or not he tells Cam on the video call additional information about his health, and after a few days, they will only communicate via video call. After a few more days of doing this, Charlie is sent by Stuart to meet the girl. In reality, Stuart's plan was for his marriage to fall apart if he made a proposal to the girl but decided against marrying her. Charlie also believes this is the right decision, so he follows Stuart's lead and meets the girl. The two begin dating after Charlie and Cam spend the night together. Charlie discovers that girl's marriage on TV when he awakens the next morning. Then, shocked by what he sees, he calls Stuart to ask about it, but when Stuart reveals to him that he didn't speak to the girl, Charlie is furious since he had just begun to like Cam, and then he saw by looking at the calendar that Cam is going to see a boy named George on Wednesday at 8 p.m., which allayed his fears that Cam would also marry someone else. Next, observing Charlie believes that Cam will definitely meet George and be married to him. After learning this, he begins acting quite strangely, although, in reality, he believes that Cam would be at his side always. Then Cam isn't with any other boys, but Cam thinks Charlie's behavior is really odd. After hearing her request to avoid him for a few days, Charlie is devastated. A few days later, Charlie visits the aquarium to meet Cam. Charlie starts arguing with a guy after he sees Cam with the guy and believes the boy is George who is flirting with Cam. He becomes really enraged upon seeing Cam and realizes that Charlie is all about his lucky charm thing. Cam doesn't trust him at all, which is why Cam breaks up with him. Furthermore, when Charlie was sitting outside his clinic, only then while talking to Reba. Following this, Charlie recalls that Anisha had cursed him in his youth, and he believes that this entire situation is the result of the same curse. He then departs right away to visit Stuart at Anisha's house. She initially does not recognize Charlie when he arrives, but as soon as she starts talking about his upbringing, she immediately recognizes him. Anisha responds, there is no such thing as a curse, and she told him all that in anger like this, to Charlie's request to have the curse lifted. At the same time, she adds, if Cam wants to stay away from you, then you should go to it. Charlie realizes this, so he goes home and gives Howard, Penguin's top researcher, a call. Howard replies that this was Cam's dream. Charlie did this when he met Howard at some point. Now, in the following image, we see Cam and Howard interacting, and Charlie seems content seeing them. After that, Stuart tells Charlie that he must immediately go to the airport to purchase a plane ticket and board the same aircraft as Cam in order to make her proposal in front of the other passengers after learning that Cam is leaving the city, departing for the Antarctic with Howard for good. Additionally, Cam accepts his proposal. He also learns from his partner that our trip to Antarctica won't last forever, but only for a little while, as Howard is already married and he needs to research Penguin. On the other hand, we see Anisha pulling a doll from a black box that contained a picture of Charlie's childhood. Maybe whatever Charlie was really going through, it was taking place as a result of Anisha's curse. This is how our movie ends. Leave us a comment on how you found this movie recap. See you in the following movie recap.